Yo. Welcome back to the Culture in Cannabis podcast. Happy Thursday. I am one of your hosts, Fulltime Tony, here with the one and only JC Coates. I almost said your government name. Almost did.
See, not the last episode of
I can't.
of the year, bro.
It can't end it on a bad note.
You know.
Shish, dude, this is the last one of the year.
This is the last one.
We did 52. I guess we did 52 this year, probably give or take, probably like closer to 48. But man, that's a fuck ton of podcasts 1 year.
Close to 50 podcasts. Yeah, I mean, it's commitment, bro. Every week. Every week.
I was trying to think about what number it actually is, but it's probably like right around 50, probably like 49.
Yeah. I can't. I think I can only remember one or two that we missed.
that we missed. Yeah. But other than that, dude, we've been here.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I don't always want to come.
Me either.
But then I always do come.
I always feel better after I leave. It's kind of like the gym.
I mean, it's crazy, right? That we've done it every week, not just this year, but the year before.
And the year before.
And the year before. And so, yeah, it's crazy, man. We're like official podcasters. You know what I'm saying?
We are.
Like, you do podcasts, like, me too, bro.
We just need to get famous.
I know. That would help things a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
If we got famous, this would be fantastic.
It would just be way easier.
If someone out there can make us famous, let us know. We want to get famous as soon as. Well, I mean, we're slightly famous.
Niche famous.
In certain circles.
Yeah, in certain
in the greater Nevada, Oklahoma area. But other than that, you probably have some people in Utah that follow you just because of the whole fitness stuff now.
Yeah, I have several communities that follow me. I think I have like the nightlife.
I forgot about the old nightlife.
Old nightlifers are still in there. Because I think they follow me because
you've had your Instagram page since 2013.
No, for 2010.
Jesus,
I've had it since 2010, maybe 2011.
Oh my god! That was So what was your what do you remember? What brought you on Instagram?
I had to. I was forced to come
because of work.
Because of work.
Got it.
And they were like, JC, you have to brand yourself. You have to have an Instagram as a promoter being on the strip to get business. And I was like, I gotta do what?
and then did you because you did like the wake up now stuff and you did like not pyramid scheme but multi-level marketing stuff, right? You used Instagram for that too?
I did use Instagram.
Do you think you still have those followers as well?
I do have some of those followers. Yeah, I do. I follow some of them. They follow me.
You have some wake up now people that still hit you up once in a while? I know you do because
I do, but they always hit me up about
wake up now.
Yes, the wake up now. A lot of those people moved
2.0.
Yeah, 2.0. Now they're into like, financial services, MLMs, Bitcoin MLMs, stuff like that.
So many. You have any NFTs, JC?
I do not have any NFTs. Do you have any NFTs?
I got my first one 3 weeks ago.
Oh,
yeah. My girlfriend Alex has been like super like on top of it as of late, and so like
nice. She's
been sending me all of these like crazy different accounts, and we've been learning about it. It's pretty interesting how it works too, because it's like it's all based off community.
Sure. It's what we already do, right?
Yeah.
It's just a new kind of medium, right?
Exactly.
That's the kind of the way I say. So, like, let me ask you a couple questions. So like the accounts that you do follow, do you see that they already kind of have an existing community, and then they're inserting the NFT value into that existing community, or are they just building a brand new community around the NFT and the value that NFT holds?
I would say it's like 50-50. So there's some people who for example, the NFT that I currently own is a Tony Hawk NFT. I've been a Tony Hawk fan for since it's pretty much since I was born. I bought all the video games. He used to come to Extreme thing here in Las Vegas. I used to go watch him there. One time he did a vert ramp out there, and I remember him flying up in the fucking air. It was like the craziest shit ever. He was wearing like this. I can remember vividly. He was wearing a yellow shirt, black shorts, black knee pads.
I remember when he did the 909 or
the 900.
The 900. I watched it. It was like a live.
I watched it too. 1999. And what's so crazy is I just got done watching a documentary about him doing the 900, and so it was like the best trick competition. So you get one chance. And what's so shitty is that the other competitors talk about that situation, and so the competition was over when he went to go try the 900. They were just letting him go. The X Games was like, yeah, fuck it, and ESPN was like, yeah, we don't have anything after this, so like let's just record him as he tries the 900, and then he landed on live TV.
Yeah,
and so it's pretty interesting to think about. But what's good for him, shitty for others, is that they gave him the gold based on that trick, even though it was after the event. And there was a couple other guys who landed super crazy technical tricks who should have won, who didn't win.
I did not know that.
Yeah, isn't that wild to know?
It's a little wild. Yeah, it's a little. I have a little mixed feelings about that. You know,
It's crazy, but I mean, he still landed at live TV 900.
I mean, yeah,
and it took him like 14 tries, I think it was, or like
it was several. Like he just kept missing.
boom,
and kept missing,
and he was hitting the ground hard.
He was missing very hard, right on his knees.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I can only imagine how bad that hurt.
So all right.
Okay, so I bought it.
So you got the.
Tony Hawk obviously has a massive community, right?
What else can you get that you haven't been already to get that you can get through the NFT? So it's like you've been able to get his games, you've been able to watch him on TV, you've been able to go to his skate events. Now you get the NFT. What do you get?
So this NFT is through a company called Autographed, which is like a sports NFT. It's like an online collectibles company. And I'm pretty sure Tom Brady owns a piece of it. But like big time people like Tom Brady, Derek Jeter, Tony Hawk, Serena Williams, like all these monster major super athletes like Cristiano Ronaldo, like all of them are using Autograph, because I'm guessing they probably give them the best deal possible, and using that as a medium to sell their NFTs. And so like what's so crazy is that if I would have learned about Autograph earlier, I would have been able to pick up more Tony Hawk NFTs, which would allow me access to like super rare ones that he has. And
Autograph created his NFT, but you can also go to their platform and purchase NFTs also.
Correct. But and so it's all based off drops, right? Because like the NFT I bought, they only made 16,600 of.
But you didn't buy it from Autograph.
I bought it from DraftKings. Which is so crazy. So Autograph uses DraftKings marketplace, which DraftKings now has a marketplace where they're probably going to sell like online collectible sports memorabilia, aka like Tony Hawk. And so the NFT I bought was a mystery box for Tony Hawk, and it was called his Last Trick. The Last Trick edition, a mystery box. And so he had 25 different the last tricks he ever did in competition on his signature 25 tricks, whatever they are. And then I got one, but out of the 25 tricks, there was more the different tricks so like let's say the 900, they only made 50 of the 900s.
Sure.
But of a more basic like 360 flip or whatever, they made 5,000 of those.
Sure.
So like my chances of getting that compared to like the
more rare the trick, the more difficult trick, the more rare the NFT.
Oh, that's 16,600. And so they're gonna do actually another one with Derek Jeter here pretty soon.
So I'm still kind of like wondering about like what you get, right? So it's
digital
the trick, but what
digital art.
Okay, so it's just a piece of art that you get to just look at.
Yeah, and then that holds value,
and you could resell it if you want, like a baseball card.
Yeah, bingo.
But it doesn't come with like special like.
Some do though. Like a lot of them do. Yeah. So like for example, like Sugar Sean O'Malley, who is a UFC fighter, right? His NFT like includes like 10% off merch. You get into my post fight parties. Early access to new whatever, get a shout out on the podcast, whatever that may be. There's groups that do that. So people like him, right, that he has to build value for his NFT, and so people that hold it. But then there's people like now you have these massive just artists, right, like modern day.
Well, they could just make a collectible piece.
Yeah, just 1 of 1 or like 1 of 20 or 1 of 100 or whatever it is. So like there's this one guy that I've been following on Instagram for a while now. His name's Beeple, Beeple, and he's been making a piece of digital art every day for the past 10 years. And so he was just on Joe Rogan too, and he was explaining it. But last year in NFT alone, he made $100 million.
That's crazy.
Selling NFTs, and it's nuts.
So it's not always just about the what do you call it, like the perks, but it's mainly about the resale value of the
and the artist at that time, right? So it's like, if Kanye makes an NFT, right, it's gonna have a lot of value just because shit that Kanye does is rare, collectible, whatever.
Right.
But then you have these niche people, right? So like people who like start out small, artists who start out small. And so what's so crazy is that NFT community as a whole is on 2 platforms, and it's Twitch and then Discord. So Twitch being, not Twitch, Twitter and Discord. Twitter being more broad, that's where you can kind of find these artists. I found one today called the Invisible Group or Invisible Guy or whatever the fuck it's called. Alex, my girlfriend, sent it to me, and they're sick, and they're coming out in 2022. And so what you do is you get on their Twitter, right? Which then you can try to get on their, it's called a whitelist, right? Which makes you one of the first people up to potentially buy one of their NFTs when they drop. And then you can even get more, deeper into their community by joining their Discord, where they're putting out information about NFT drops, certain things to buy, stuff of that nature. And so they're building this community, and then they build all this hype around these characters or these NFTs, right? Which anything could be an NFT, right? Like think about this, like an early Steve Jobs business card could be an NFT, and that would be worth a lot of money. The original contract between fucking Phil Knight and Michael Jordan when Nike, that's an NFT.
Got it.
You see what I'm saying?
You just mock it up.
Yeah, and then you pick,
and that's what it is.
Yeah, and then that's what it is. So like, so it's pretty crazy, and so it's like,
and then you make it like rare, and not so many of them. Yeah.
Yeah, you only allow a couple editions, and so people are like, what's the difference of having a screenshot on my phone compared to having the actual real NFT? And it's like, well, one, there's like lots of ways to verify it, and they do that through cryptocurrency. So like majority of NFTs are bought on Ethereum, which is a smart contract based cryptocurrency, which helps it become a lot more trackable and to ensure that you have the original NFT to prove that it's real.
Got it.
So it's like, instead of like you know, people have a lot of fake Nikes, right? But there's no there's nothing attached to it to prove that it's real and not real. I mean, yeah, so you can, you know, someone that knows their shit, like, no, these are fake or real. But with an NFT, it's a lot harder. So they have to have these systems in place to make sure that it's legit.
Nice. I like it because it's like, you know, it's a part of like the new digital, you know, generation, this new stuff, right? It's like it's nothing that we had when I was kids, but it's also very simple. You know what I'm saying? It's like straight to the point.
It really is.
I can just get it, right? Like, you know, as an older, you know, emerging older gentleman, right? Like some of the newer digital things, it's just like, I just don't want to fuck with it, right?
Yeah.
But the NFTs, like, it's very easy to understand.
I know, it's so crazy too, because I feel like so many people don't get it. It's just like, literally, like, think about art but digital.
Right.
Like, think about if you were able to buy a Picasso back whenever you could buy Pablo Picasso art, but he just made that shit online.
I think like sometimes like older people or people that don't understand, you know, everything digital, they think because it is digital that it kind of just like loses a little bit of value, right? Because they can't touch it, hold it, see it, or whatever.
Bingo. And I think it's because people think that you can just replicate anything on the internet.
Right. But not the case with these NFTs at all. And and Ethereum is keeping everything in check.
Yeah, for the most part, dude. Which that's gonna be. I mean, I think Ethereum is probably gonna be the next.
I have the Ethereum app. I never use it.
Oh. Why don't you use it?
Have
you bought any Ethereum lately?
I haven't bought any.
Do you have any cryptocurrencies?
No.
Damn, JC.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah, no,
it scares the shit out of me because I'm working so hard and I'm working for money, and I'm starting to worry about when we do make all the money, it's not gonna be worth anything. You know what I mean? But yeah, I know you guys got me all set up, and I don't really participate in buying and selling it.
Yeah. So. I mean, cash is always gonna be king for the most part, right? Like,
hopefully.
Crypto will be. I think crypto is just another avenue of cash, of money, of currency. Not even money, but currency. Going back to what you're saying, it's crazy because the NFT platform. What I think is even crazier is like the digital metaverse space. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Have you heard about the metaverse?
I mean, my son talks about the metaverse.
Yo, honestly, if I know Foster can't watch this, but when you get home, tell Foster whatever needs to happen about this metaverse. Tell him I'll invest, because legitimately, like these digital, it's like digital, like space. So, like for example, like
real estate,
like people, like you could buy real estate in these digital worlds, and then they gain value. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's a big one right now called Sandbox, and this guy just bought. So Snoop Dogg has like a plot of land on Sandbox, and this guy bought the plot next door to Snoop Dogg for like $400,000.
Jeez.
To be Snoop Dogg's neighbors.
And so, what is the value there? What is the value with?
So there's going to be digital spaces, and it's like think about having an Oculus on, and you have these, you're gonna live in these like digital spaces. You know?
So the experiences that you can have within the VR experience.
Yeah, but VR and also just like regular like online, you know.
Yeah.
And so like for me, I always think about, because when I was born, I didn't have technology until I got to like technology didn't, like, I was born in 95 and the .com boom didn't happen until 99. So like even like my family was like, we didn't have a computer at our house until I was like 8 or 9. You know what I'm saying? So like, but now kids nowadays, they're born with an iPad. They come out of the womb with an iPhone. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, screen time.
Yeah. So like they've been living online, right?
Yeah.
So like, and that's what I think about. It's like, for them, this isn't weird to have like pay money for online space, right? And so it's now, that's what's gonna happen. So then you're gonna build these online retail, like not retail, but real estate, like house or whatever, like that. And then you're gonna store your NFTs in there. You're gonna show them off to your friends.
Interesting.
Instead of living in the real world.
Instead of living, I mean, sometimes I want to go somewhere else.
And maybe be your NFT metaverse space.
Could be.
And which is crazy, because like think about like when people try to like quote unquote grow weed in a metaverse. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, can you smoke the weed?
Your person could.
Your person could. I mean,
I'm
already like all the way living in the digital world. There's already two versions of me. There's this version, and then there's that digital version over there.
On the internet
that everyone's watching right now.
The social media version.
Right. Which, if you think about it, it's an actual another version of me.
Correct. Yes.
That people are experiencing.
This is a little bit different, but because you build outside world. And like the person that's on social media isn't the person that's going to be in your metaverse. But maybe, I don't know. I have no clue, actually. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're able to translate your Instagram personality into the metaverse.
Well, I'm sure you could put any personality in there that you wanted to.
Exactly.
Right?
I wonder if the metaverse will have its own Instagram. Like how deep does this get?
It gets all the way deep, bro. It's crazy.
But then you're growing gas. You're growing the
digital weed.
The digital weed. And then what I've been thinking about? I've seen a lot of companies try to do the weed NFT, the cannabis NFT, but I don't think anyone's done it correctly yet. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. And the other thing is too, is that a lot of these artists, these massive artists, are making NFTs where like their character or like their art has weed already in it. It's not just all about weed. It's like a dope. So like the big one is I think it's called Bored Apes or something like that, or Ape something. It's an ape.
I've seen it.
It's
the monkey one.
The ape, yeah. So it's like an ape, and then they have all the apes are like just different people. And I've seen like at least 20 of them smoking a joint or ripping a bong. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I think that all goes back to what you've always said. It's like, it doesn't have to be weed focused. It's like, it's lifestyle focused, and then weeds added.
Weed's just there. Also.
Weed's just there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like so many people try to like make it so like go so
about the
hard.
Weed. Yeah, so about the weed.
Like where they like change like they're like adding like Kush into like words and things. You know.
Yeah, like Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas and shit like that.
Can we just have Christmas?
It's like Merry Christmas, yeah. And when I drink my hot chocolate, I'm gonna throw a little edible in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's just so interesting, but shit, dude. Yeah, it's been a fucking year. We just talked about fucking NFTs in the metaverse, but
yeah, it has been a year. What was your favorite podcast episode this year? Do you have one? Do you remember?
I mean, let me think here.
What did I walk out on you this year? And
no, that was last year.
Tell you the train was leaving. That was last year. Okay,
that was last year. That might have been 2 years ago, actually.
It's been my favorite.
That was 2 years ago. I'm trying to think. We had a lot of good podcasts this year. What was a fun one? I liked all our Oklahoma podcasts.
Yeah,
everyone that we brought from Oklahoma was really cool. Like Charlie, the Cannabis Hangout Girls, Robot Farmer, which we had a couple weeks ago. I'm spacing her name, the lady that does the incense and the candles.
Mary Bliss.
Yeah. You know what my favorite one was when we brought Morgan on when we were at Champs Trade Show.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to have like somebody
canceled on us. I think it was Andy from Nature's Chemistry.
Might have been Andy from Nature's Chemistry. It's okay, Andy. I know you're busy, bro. I know you run like a cultivation, and he also does like real estate on the side too. So, but anyways, like I'm there and I'm like, Morgan, my podcast guest canceled on me. I need to get you in the show. And we got him on. And that was a good show. You know what was another good show? We brought David on from Aether. Yeah. He was very knowledgeable. I really liked that podcast.
Very knowledgeable.
I thought that was a really cool podcast.
It was really cool having RT.
I was just thinking about RT, man. That guy has the best vibe.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool having. Dang it! It'll come to me.
I've had so many guests on.
So many guests. Landon's mom.
Oh, Landon! What a great podcast! I wasn't even here for it.
Yeah, it was really good. Youngest cannabis patient in the world was on our podcast. Little boy that beat cancer. That was a great episode.
Banger episode.
But yeah, it was cool. It was cool to be able to bring in the Oklahoma into the mix this year, right? And it just brought a lot of dynamic to who we are. And I think next year, that we'll be continuing bringing Oklahoma people in, Nevada people in, and then there'll be a focus of Arizona.
Yeah, some Arizona people.
And so that'll be interesting. And that's why we do the podcast, right? That's why we have to do the podcast. And that's why we stay committed, because it's a great conduit of value, right? And a great media, initiator of relationships, and all that stuff. And so I'm excited to dive into that Arizona community through the podcast. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, we gotta get a couple scheduled. If you're from Arizona and you're listening to this podcast, reach out to us. That should be good. But yeah, what a great year! Great year in the podcast realm. Hopefully we'll get a Spotify Wrap or something. I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
We did some events this year. We did one event this year.
We did do one event.
I guess we did two.
Did we do two? What did we do?
I did my birthday party.
Oh, we did do your birthday party.
I'm gonna count
that was an
that.
event. I mean, at one point you had the sunglasses on. It was dark. People were screaming. Your hands were in the air.
It was wild, honestly. I still think about that. I'm like, man, we slapped that shit together within a week, and it was better than majority of the parties that happened in 2021.
It's good. You're loved, man. You're a lovable guy.
I felt loved. But it just really showed how great we are at executing events, especially ones that don't really mean much. It's like easy. We kind of like, let's just do it, and we kind of just like, you know what I'm saying? And then we showed up, and everything was there.
Yeah, it's crazy how long I've been slapping together events. It's. I think it is probably kind of easy for us, but
just even because so many people are like, it's so nervous about throwing an event.
Yeah, I think once you do it for so long, right? Like you have the Rolodex of anyone that you need to call. That's the main thing about an event, right? It's like, true. I gotta fucking do this, I gotta do that. Right? But for us, like we've just been doing it for so long. It's just,
second nature.
It's just all right here. Just call them. Set it up. Hey, it's JC again. We're having an event again, right? So
they just do it. We're gonna have another event in Reno.
Yes.
Waiting on the contract from the venue, but that's gonna be sick. They've already confirmed. We've negotiated some numbers. It all looks good. I got the Chuck approval on it, so that means good for me. Hasn't gotten the Tony or the JC approval yet, just because I haven't seen the contract, but. From the antics, Chuck saw the venue while we were in Reno. You've seen the venue before. We've been to the venue. We shot a video at this venue. I'm not going to say it yet because I haven't gotten under contract, but when we do, it's going to be sweet. I'm not going to announce the name yet either because the name's really good and it should be announced properly and not just like randomly thrown out there. But that's going to be another cool event. We're going to be doing another event in February. I'm not going to announce that yet because that hasn't been closed up yet, but that will be, we know that where it's going to be at. It's going to be at the Sapphire Event Club, just like the one we did this past, what was that, March? When the hell? November?
October.
October?
I think it was in October. Yeah.
October during MJ Biz. There's going to be one during Champs / Las Vegas. So that should be another banger of a show.
That is going to be a banger of a show.
So that should be legit. We're probably going to throw one in Oklahoma this year too. Not probably, we will. Just depends on what time. Probably closer to probably like September of next year, huh?
I don't know. Mid. It just
maybe
depends.
Summer. It just depends what time. Like it's just so gross. It just can get so gross in Oklahoma so quick, you know.
And
weather-wise,
we've been through so many changes in Oklahoma too. But I'm really excited about some of the shifts that's just happened. We got some new staff members at the distribution facility. And I'm excited about it. A bunch of new growing pains over in Oklahoma, per usual. But we're getting through it, and I think once we get some things in place, Oklahoma needs our events, right?
Yes.
They need to see the culture and cannabis events. I think there's a lot of value, and it'll be a great thing when we're able to bring that over there. And then, dude, if we can wrap it all together, right? Then all my dreams would come true. If we could put the tri-state concert tour together.
Wow,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You just want to hop in an RV and drive across.
Can we just
all 3 states?
Can we, instead of booking an artist for 1 date, let's book them for 3 dates, right?
Bang, 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 bang,
bang, bang, bang, and then just take them on tour. Nobody else is doing it. Somebody's got to do it.
Someone has to do it.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's gonna be crazy, but it's all about getting into a better position than we were the year before. And let's take a look at it really quick. So what are we on? December? Last December, bro. Like, you were so mad at me.
Was I mad at you last December? I don't remember.
You were mad at me from October, November, December, and then January we started making a little bit of money.
That's right. That is right.
You remember how immeasurable you were? Yeah. You see, now we're
a year later. It's a lot better.
It's a lot better. You know what I mean? So it's all about being in a different position, and
patient.
And honestly, it's like we didn't have a lot of things that just changed last year. We had to develop them over the year. This new year coming in, we're just going to drop some new changes in. It's going to be really kind of have a different effect.
We have some new products that we might be getting these samples. It was supposed to be today or Tuesday. So it looks like we're getting the samples on Tuesday. But the samples are going to be lit. They've got some new vapes in the works. I'm not going to announce anything yet as far as that go, but it's super, super lit.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really good oil too. Full spectrum oil. I'm really excited about that.
High terpene rich.
High terpene, full spectrum oil. And I'm really excited about it.
Yeah. And we're going to bring them in Nevada, Oklahoma, and Arizona.
All the states.
All of them. It's going to be dope.
And then we have some infused pre-rolls that are going to be dropping. We got some unique pre-rolls that will be dropping. Some new flower strains, some exotics. Probably some edibles.
Yeah. Edibles are not out of the question.
Edibles, but it looks like end of 2020. Let's say next year, 2022? End of 2022 for edibles. Everything else will be in the first part of 2022.
And I think I'm excited because, and I'm just going to call this, right? I think, last year and the year before, we were still kind of in a phase with our business where we're still, client services was a big focus of ours. And it still is, right? We can still service clients and we still like to. But we didn't have a lot of things in play that we're going to have in play this next year. And I think a lot of the services that we were able to kind of, provide for we're going to be able to utilize those for our own brand. And I'm excited about, taking some of the outward focus and putting it on inward on our brand this next year and really kind of doubling down. And dude, having this conversation at the end of next year is going to be nuts.
What completely different.
It's going to be nuts.
So we have 2 minutes left in this podcast. You want to set some goals for next year and then come back and look at it in a year from now?
Sure. Let's do it.
All right. Set some goals, JC. What are you thinking? I mean, obviously, Arizona has to be one.
Yeah.
Arizona has to fall.
Arizona, first quarter, Arizona, done. Just
2022.
Let's get it done. First quarter, I don't care if it's one product, right? Let's get the ball rolling. Let's get the process started. That's goal number 1. Goal number 2, let's get Oklahoma to $50,000 a month in total revenue.
Wow. Okay. We can make it happen.
Let's make it happen, right? Let's make that happen by quarter 3. Okay. Quarter 3, let's get that happen.
Quarter 3 is what, September? Yeah, September.
September.
October, November, December. Yep. End of September. I think it's very, very possible.
Very, very possible. And let's put that in perspective for everyone. It's pretty, we've made a lot of changes, right? And it's an open book, right? It's like, listen, I think last month we didn't even hit 20,000. We're really low under that, right? And just to be transparent with everyone, so there's a good goal to be at $50,000 a month in total revenue in Oklahoma.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Arizona, first quarter, Nevada, right? Goals in Nevada. Let's hone in all of our products. Let's get our podcast where it needs to be. Let's get our 2 event platforms built out, set up to where they're good to go. And then that will be a great place for our groups that want to take advantage of some of our client services and some of the added value marketing that we have for them to get involved with our podcast, get involved with our event programs, right? So I think next year is to get that really polished up, really good. And then second for Nevada is just to have really all of our products in place, the vapes, the full flower, right? The exotics, the Hustler, the Culture and Cannabis Classic pre-rolls, all that in place, revamp our sales program, have it super polished up, and just have the engine just cruising down the road.
Down Main Street, down Las Vegas Boulevard.
I don't think it gets any more clear than that.
That's easy.
And it's like, you know, 2 years ago we had this conversation. It's like, you know, what are we going to do, right? It's like, oh, we're going to have an event on this day. We're going to have events, you know, on this. You know, we had it all planned out, and none of it was able to happen, right? Because of COVID, and it's like we almost kind of got gun shy. And last year it was more like, you know, we didn't know it was going to happen, so it was kind of harder to make some of these clear goals, and it was almost kind of like, I don't know how you see it, but it was almost like a trust the process type of situation. And we just was just like fucking just gritting for dear God this year, right? And just to get through it, right? But now we're here, and we made it, right? And so now I feel like we have a clear picture of what it could look like in Oklahoma and Arizona and Nevada. And just to sum this up, right? And I think it was kind of a naive approach to looking at a vision for our company when we were making those goals in 2019 of setting dates, right? And exact dates. And I think the goals that we just put in place for Nevada, Oklahoma, and Arizona are very clear, but they're kind of generalized, right? And it gives us room to kind of like, you know, mix and shift, right? I know the $50,000 number is a specific number, but as long as we can move in those directions, I don't think any obstacles can wave us from getting in those directions.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Big facts.
Boom. Clear vision for 2022.
What's it called? Clear eyes. What's the saying, Rick? Doesn't know the saying.
Yeah.
It's like clear eyes, clear heart, clear eyes, can't lose. What's the fucking saying?
Never heard that one.
What is it, bruh? It's like, hold on. Before I can't end this podcast. Before clear eyes, clear heart, can't lose. Oh, clear eyes, clear heart, can't lose. Oh, clear eyes, full heart.
Full heart.
Can't lose.
Can't lose. I mean,
2022, baby. Clear eyes, full heart, can't lose.
We're coming. That's it. So.
Well, that's it then, JC. We've done a total of probably like 32 minutes, 33 minutes now on this podcast. And
thanks for letting me yell at you all year.
No worries.
I do it because I love you.
Thanks. I appreciate that. I love you too. Do you have anything else you want to add before the end of 2022?
I don't think
before
so.
The beginning of 2022, end of 2021?
I don't think so, man. You know, thanks everyone. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
it means the world to us. Like, I mean, jeez, you know, it's like you don't have to listen to our podcast. You don't have to come to our events. You don't have to smoke our weed, right? But you do. And it means the world to us. And, you know, we're I like to think we're about as authentic as you can be. You know what I mean? It's like what you see is what you get, right? And I hope that you guys appreciate that, because we lead with that. And, you know, we want to just be the truth and be the real thing for you guys. So thank you.
Well, that's it. That's the podcast. Last one of 2021. We'll see y'all next year. Peace.
Peace.